Cade the Crusher. It's been a long time. Oh, don't take this meeting as a sign of weakness. 9 men in a small wooden cabin? Are you serious? There are over 100 ways I could take back what's mine right now. I chose the direct approach because I was curious about the audacity. You knew I'd be coming, and this was the best you could do. What were you hoping to accomplish? Leverage? Over me? You really have no idea what you did, do you? Well, you have a human being in chains against their will. I'd call that stealing freedom. Slavery. And I put slavers very deep within the pool of greed. 500 meters per human captured and sold, to be exact. Do you know how long 500 meters is? Well, dear boy, 500 meters is a speck of dust compared to my true power. So if you don't walk away this instant, I'll make the battle you died in look like a pillow fight. Never thought I'd see you back down. You should have done this more in life. You could have arrived older. Hello again, my undying darling. Oh, is that the old amputate escape trick? It's my nickname for your favorite escape method. That is what you're doing, right? You'll find a way to rip off your own hand. It'll grow back. Then you'll undo your other cuff. I've always loved seeing people's reactions to it. Ally and enemy alike. But I'll spare you some pain and make this quick. Let that be the last time you're ever tied up. True, true. But when it does happen again, I'll be there. That was Cade of Trulasta. He was a little before your time, so he had no idea about your gift. He's been trying to get me to recognize his nation's independence ever since his last weight was undone. No, not Trulasta. New Cadeland, which begins at that tree over there and ends a little past where he kept you. It turns out that when you gather every king, soldier, and tactician into one place, there's no greater desire than to relive the glory days. So they form these little pretend nations to play war. It was entertaining to watch for a while. Imagine seeing all these figures from across history act like children, trying to figure out how to conquer and rule a land as unfathomable as this one. But some take things a little too seriously and get creative with their tactics, like you just saw. Honestly, I always saw it more as a coping mechanism. It must damage the ego to constantly be reminded that there's a woman so far beyond them, commanding a realm where no one takes them seriously anymore. Up there, if someone disobeyed, they could be executed. But down here, what are they going to do? Kill them again? Yes, you understand now, don't you? This is a realm of death, but a realm of peace, nonetheless. I'm sure you've had your fair share of adventure and reunion in our time separated. As for me, I've been catching up on my duties, using my newfound energy to right a few wrongs and tie a few loose ends. But even a goddess has limits, and that's why I'm here. Let us relax for a moment. What a beautiful love seat. It's comfy, large, and your favorite color. Don't worry about where it came from. Just sit down with me. Give me your hand. Don't ask questions. Just let me touch it. What a wonderful thing. Soft, warm. You are the greatest addition to this dimension I've ever made. Disregarding motive, the deities made no mistakes with your creation. Speaking of that, would you like to know who I visited just a few hours after you left my palace? Typhonus. I pulled him out of the pool of lust and tore open a window through the dimension to show that you were with me. The fact that you would always be out of reach was a victory to him. If he couldn't have the apple of his eye, I couldn't have mine. It must have kept him sane. And so, when he saw that I could just take you and kiss you at any time, he faded away to where everyone goes when they fade, the place they began. Beyond both of our comprehensions is Valley. It's controlled by the universe and watched over by the goddess of all life. Within are souls that have lived and have yet to live. I was there before I was born. You are the... Actually, it was probably different for you. But everyone you know was there before they were born. Once a soul is done with existence, it will fade back to that place. They'll be divided into so many pieces. Their memories, personalities, interests. They'll merge into those new souls to help them grow. It's a form of reincarnation, shared amongst a collective. The older generations feeding the ones that have yet to be born. The clearer your head, the quicker and calmer the process. So I only wish I was there to watch him die painfully for the last time. But I'd much rather be here with you. This is a bigger victory over him than any further cruelty. I get to be happy with a kind person out of love and only love. Nothing else. That brings me to why I'm really here. I never thought that you were in any danger, and I wanted to feel skin again more than anything. But I actually came to you like this to tell you something. I want to start a new life among the dead. That means sharing a bed, a home, a life, everything. It means making our bond official to the land of dead souls and beyond. As in officially together. I believe it's called dating now. You've watched your fair share of romances in your time, as have I. How would you like to experience that yourself? You'll be established as the second most important person in this land. You can choose whatever title you'd like. After that, the fun part. Affection, gifts, matching outfits, ceremonies. Down the line, we can be married if you want. We can even take in a few infant souls and raise them as our children. We can be a family. Haven't you ever wanted a family? Not ready? How could you be not ready? We've kissed. I know a lot of humans see a difference between exchanging affection and actually becoming a family, but this is good for you. It means you'll be settled down here. Don't tell me you're still thinking of the living world. What more is up there for you? You're struggling to find words, aren't you? Deep down you know I'm right, don't you? I see. The skin next to all those souls. Whatever your mind is telling you, don't listen to it. You belong here. Yes, you are. You just don't know it yet. This is your form of death. What a foolish question. You died of... It doesn't matter what you died of. You're here now. There's no going back. Yes, I dragged you here. Yes, you technically didn't die from anything. That doesn't mean that this isn't where you belong. This is where everyone belongs when their time is up. And when I arrived at your door, you wanted nothing more than an end. I know you value freedom, but some things are just more important than that. Do you see beauty here? Good. You do see all the benefits, right? Don't pretend you haven't felt happy here. Go-between? No. There is no going between. You're either dead or you're not. The flesh does not matter. You're still mine. I still need you. That came out wrong. This is just like any other death. It just happened. And there's no undoing it. Please accept it, and don't try to escape from here. I know I'm tempting fate by saying that. I've been watching you long enough to know that whenever someone says that, you prove them wrong with a hairbrush, a torch, some nice words to a guard, and your own decapitated head. But this is different. Very different. You can't hide your thinking face from me. I know all of your favorite tricks. Let me see. If I were you, what would I do? First, I'd ask the locals where they came from. Then, I'd wait for when the goddess was distracted. I'd grab some pillows and run for a portal. If the reapers come to chain me up, I'd throw the pillows so they catch those instead. And then I'm free. I was dead on, wasn't I? Except that wouldn't work. One, any portals remaining can only be seen and accessed by souls. Two, you can't distract me. No, you can't. I always have an eye on you. I have watched every conversation you've had here, every hug, every tear shed, every look of fascination and wonder, everything. There is no escaping me, because I will never, ever leave you alone. I know I said I'd let you figure it out, but honestly, some things just need to be told. There is no escaping from this dimension, because it's an extension of myself. As in, I am the dimension. As lovely as your laughter is, that wasn't a joke. That wasn't a metaphor either. It wasn't anything except for a fact too terrifying for anyone else to know. And if they do learn it, that fact never leaves their mind, even when they fade away. Think about it. The land's shape perfectly replicates the land of the living. I can summon anything I want, be anywhere I need to. And those palaces you've seen couldn't have been built without inhuman levels of labor, which would contradict the freedom I give my subjects. Some have tried to please me with palaces they built, and some were impressive, but they were nothing compared to the ones I can will into existence with just a thought. No one truly understands me because they don't want to. They'd hate remembering that no matter where they go or what they do, I'm always nearby. Yes, I am here, in front of you, and beneath you, over you, to your north and south. I am everywhere. But don't get things wrong. This isn't a puppet. You have been touching and talking to Remorn. If I'm being honest, there's just no human way to explain what I am. To put it as simply as possible, you're talking to my mind, standing on my flesh, and breathing my soul. I know that sounds overwhelming. I was overwhelmed too. Imagine getting your body stretched into an entire universe because you gave an answer someone liked. But it's the truth. Do you know what this all means? It means that despite the infinite gap in size and power, I still love you. I traced back the origin of the rift I took you through. A century ago, I had an immature breakdown over my desire for love, and it caused a small part of me to rip open. It was like tearing your vocal cords after screaming too loud. That's how much I care about you. There's only one thing I want. One thing that will prevent that injury from ever happening again. I want to be loved. I want you to love me in the same way I love you. Please, just say yes. Just say you'll be my equal, my partner, my everything. Because I know that this is appealing to you. I know that this is the kind of thing you want. Something different. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you want to go back to how things were. Do you understand now? Do you understand what I meant when I said you belonged here? Now look me in the eyes and tell me that you want to stay. You really don't know. Your mind is storming, isn't it? You're at a crossroad, and you don't know which path is correct. Every time you come to a conclusion, it feels like you learn just one more thing that makes you change your mind. You've never been in this situation before. At least not where the person asking you this wouldn't die after 50 years. For the first time, you can enter a truly new era of your life. Forever. What more do I have to say? Don't be ashamed. You're only human. So am I. At least, that's how I want you to see me. And that's how I want to continue to see myself. Despite everything. But if this continues, there's only one option left. Listen to me. I know we're both eternal beings, but I'm losing patience. I don't just want you with me. I want you to commit. I want you to want this. But if you go down the path that begs for your return to the living, I'm afraid you're going to make me do things I never wanted to do in the first place. But if they are the only ways that I can make you mine, so be it. This isn't a choice between the living and the dead. You're staying here no matter what you think. This is a choice between which remorn you spend eternity with. If you're willing to give yourself to me, you'll remind me of my humanity every day. We can be happy together, like a human couple. Just like on that throne. But if you deny me what keeps me feeling human, I might forget it entirely and go mad. I'll let you roam free for a while longer, but there's something I want you to do. Southwest of here is a palace, my largest palace, towering beyond the clouds. The moment it enters your sight, it will be impossible for it to leave. Once you've made your decision, I want you to enter it and climb all of those stairs. Every single one. Take all that time to reconsider your decision until you're finally certain at the last step. There, you'll see the most divine form I can take. It's at that moment that both of us will be completely honest with each other. I'll be honest about what I am, and you'll be honest about how you feel. And it's there that you'll make your decision on who you want to spend eternity with. Remorn the human, or Remorn the goddess. I don't want to lose what you gave me. You helped me find out who I am. You helped me find out what I need to be. You helped me remember and enjoy being human. Please, don't make me forget all of that. All you need to do is say yes. I will see you soon. To all of my patrons, thank you so much. And to my spirit guides, Derp and Zoe, thank you so much.